Hi neighbor, my name is Juliet DeRienzo. On this episode, I welcome Kandace Cooper as another co-host on the show. She speaks with the president of the National Student Speech Language and Hearing Association about their event called Singing for Speech and Hearing. Laird Davis learns how to join Magic the Gathering draft hosted by the University Bookstore. And I talk with two participants for an alternative service experience trip during spring break. I hope you'll join me as I say, hi neighbor. The National Student Speech Language and Hearing Association will be hosting their 4th annual Singing for Speech fundraiser. This fundraiser features many different a cappella groups that will sing at this event. All the proceeds from this event will be donated to the Appalachian Speech and Hearing Clinic. I'm here today with Katie Szczepkowski, who is the president of NSSLHA, to talk more about this fundraiser. Thank you so much for joining me today, Katie.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so first, can you tell me a little bit about your organization and what you guys do during the year?
Yeah, so the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association is a pre-professional club for communication science and disorders majors and minors. And what we do is we help raise awareness and money for the clinic in Boone. And we also raise a lot of awareness for communication disorders and all that.
Awesome. And can you tell me what you do as the president of the organization?
As president, I do a little bit of everything. Really, my job is just to support my exec members and the general body. I kind of help delegate and organize events and basically I just go to a bunch of meetings and I just really make sure that everything runs smoothly with the club and everything kind of gets done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what Singing for Speech is, can you talk a little bit about what it is and what you guys do?
So Singing for Speech, we changed it this year to be Singing for Speech and Hearing, since hearing is also part of communication. So what we do is it's going to be an a cappella show, like you said, and it's going to feature all the a cappella groups. And also we're going to have the ASU Gospel Choir come in this year. So that's new, and we're really excited to just kind of have the show and raise awareness and raise money for the clinic. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's fun that you're adding that new addition this
Yeah.
year. And I know that you guys donate to the Appalachian Speech and Hearing Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about why them and what those proceeds go to?
So we decided to donate our money to the clinic, mostly because it is a clinic that provides treatment for any family in Boone. No matter what their financial situation is. So for us, that's really important because it kind of gives back to the community, and it's also just kind of helping out anybody who needs help. So that's really important for us. But it also serves as a training ground for our graduate students also. So the graduate students go in there and they can do their clinical work in there and kind of observe and help out the SLPs in there and get hands-on experience.
Awesome. And what is your personal involvement in this? What do you do to prepare for it and during the event also?
So my personal involvement with it is kind of organizing the groups. I've been in communication with all of the a cappella groups and the choirs. So I've been kind of trying to figure all that out and organize it. And also I've been booking rooms and all that. I think we're just really excited to bring awareness and just kind of get people I guess excited about Singing for Speech and Hearing.
Yeah, and this is the 4th annual one, so I know you guys really want to promote it and bring people because you do get to donate that money to a good cause. Mm-hmm. So how do you guys promote this event and really bring awareness to it?
So we've promoted the event through, the Scala players in the student union. Mm-hmm. We made a slide there. I think we've made a Facebook page, so we've been inviting all of our friends and family. We've been posting on our page, on our Instagram page, on our Twitter page, all that. So we've just kind of been doing a lot of social media stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. And can you tell me what your favorite part is about this particular event?
I think my favorite part is actually watching the show, just because I love going to the a cappella shows. I think they're so fun and so unique at how they can make all their sounds with their voices and stuff, and there's no music behind it. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a really enjoyable thing for everybody, for all ages. So I think we're really excited to see everybody come out and do that. So.
And what do you think is the #1 impact from this event that you see either before, during, or after the event's over?
I think the #1 impact is to see, like, for us, how much money we've raised, and then seeing that being used at the clinic, either if it's like to help people get treatment, if it's like to help buy new toys so that the SLPs have stuff to like use for the treatment, and just all kinds of stuff like that. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you the best of luck on your event. I hope it goes great. The Singing for Speech fundraiser will take place on March 12th from 6 to 8 in the Parkway Ballroom of the Plymouth Student Union. Make sure you come out to support an amazing cause while listening to great music. And after the break, Laird Davis learns about Magic: The Gathering Draft.
Magic: The Gathering is a trading card game created by Richard Garfield. It was originally published in 1993 and since then has gained a huge following all over the country, including a digital version. I'm here with Brady Cahill from the ASU Gaming Club to talk about the game and the upcoming draft held by the bookstore. Welcome to the show, Brady.
Glad to be here, Laird.
So tell me, what is Magic: The Gathering exactly?
Well, Magic: The Gathering is a card game that was actually, fun fact, created by the creators of the popular tabletop role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons as kind of a rival to, actually not a rival, they were actually kind of the inspiration behind Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon trading card games. They're kind of actually like the granddaddy of trading card games.
Very cool. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Dungeons & Dragons myself. So where exactly is this event taking place, the Magic Draft?
The Magic Draft is actually going to take place in our bookstore on the Student Union, and it's going to be actually hosted by the bookstore. We're just kind of a facilitator for it.
Okay, cool. And could you explain briefly how a Magic Draft works?
So a Magic Draft, and with all trading card games, you get a 15-card booster pack, which you will open your pack and you will take a single card and pass it to your left. And this continues until all of the tables have 15 cards. And then you will look through them, set them to the side, and open your next pack. And at the end, you will have a total of 45 cards that you create a minimum of 40-card deck with provided basic lands to make your deck actually run, which your lands is kind of your mana source.
Cool.
And then with this, you take it into a constructed tournament style, and you compete as kind of round robin, and first prize gets a few more packs from the set.
Nice. So it's got a bit of randomness in it. I like that.
Of course.
So like if students are interested in joining, what do they need to do and where can they find information about the draft?
All they need to do is either contact myself on Facebook, or with my student email, cahillba@appstate, or they could also go to the table in the bookstore and talk to them that has all the role-playing stuff behind them, and ask them if you're interested in their Magic 25 draft, and they can put you on a list to get some email notifications for it.
All right, cool. So I know that when it comes to different drafts, you have different decks, and sometimes you'll have ones from the most recent edition. What kind of draft is this one?
So this is called Magic 25 because this is actually the 25th anniversary of the Magic: The Gathering franchise as a whole. So you're going to see it's kind of the greatest hits of Magic: The Gathering. You have a bunch of old cards that are staples of older formats, as well as new cards that will be staples of the new formats. So with this, you're going to have, for the people who are familiar with the game, Jace the Mind Sculptor is one of the big name cards that is getting a reprint.
That's really cool. So what kind of, what is the cost for entering the draft?
The cost for entry is probably going to be $25 to $30, but with this, I believe the market price for the packs are actually going to be a little over $10, so you are going to get, it's actually cheaper to go into the draft instead of buying individual packs.
That's awesome. So before we wrap up here, tell me a little bit about the ASU Gaming Club and what kind of events do you have coming up?
The ASU Gaming Club isn't just tabletop card games and D&D. We also have a very large Super Smash Brothers community, as well as an Overwatch team who is nationally ranked. And then we are also going to have a Game Fest, which is our biggest event, which is going to be the first weekend of April, which is the first full weekend of April, and it is going to be an extravaganza of everything game.
That's awesome. I really want to come to those. It sounds like a great time. From amateur to professional gamer, the Magic: The Gathering Draft is for everyone. It will be held on March 17th from 12 to 5 at the University Bookstore. Also, if you love gaming, check out the Gaming Club on their App Sync portal. Stay tuned because next, Juliet is going to be talking about alternative service experiences.
We all want to make a difference in some shape or form. The students involved in ASE, or Alternative Service Experience, are making their difference in various communities across the globe. Darby Adams and Amelia Bass are joining me today to tell me a little bit more about the impact App State students are making. Thank you all so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. Tell me about ASE.
So ASE stands for Alternative Service Experience. There are 3 times that we do them. So there is fall, winter, and spring.
Okay.
And those are over the fall, winter, and spring breaks. And they kind of do everything and anything. So there you can do flying domestic, you can do domestic, or you can do international. International programs are over spring break actually, but they're all very cool.
Okay.
And there's local ones too. Yeah.
Tell me about the different services you do on these programs.
You can do a variety of different things. Some of the domestic ones are involved with animals and like animal sanctuaries, and then other ones are education based and you work with children and promoting education, and then other ones are construction, like light maintenance work to further their ability to keep programs running within their own community.
Okay.
So it's very wide range.
Yeah, it's very broad.
Yeah.
So why did App State choose to pick up this program for students?
Oh goodness, I'm trying to remember the year that it started. I know that this has been a program for a while, but I guess it was just kind of a way to like have students, instead of spending their spring breaks going home or like having a fun time going to the beach or anything like that.
The typical spring break.
Exactly.
Yes.
Spending time doing service and furthering their communities. So yeah, it's really cool.
It was so encouraging when I heard about that I had the option to make a difference in if I just wanted to go 2 hours down the road
Exactly.
or, across the country or something like that. Do students have the option to choose the kind of service they do?
Sort of. So there's a lot that you can do. The
Okay.
programs really address a lot of social justice issues that are occurring within our communities, internationally and nationally.
Okay.
And so you can work with poverty, education, food insecurity, animal rights, all this kind of social justice things. So,
So you do have the option to choose that.
sort of. So it's kind of a lottery process.
Yeah,
Okay.
so for both domestic and abroad, you like go in, you fill out your paperwork, and then you'll get a number, and then they do it kind of like randomly and just pick random numbers. And
Wow.
so you have to have some backup. So then like if your spot, because there's very small programs, the one ours is going on is like 15 spots.
Oh, wow.
And so you have to have backup so you know like you can go here or here, like it doesn't matter.
That's exciting. That's
Yeah.
still exciting because you don't know where you'll end up.
And a little
Right.
nerve-wracking.
Tell me about your personal experience with ASE.
So this will be my second ASE, and last year I went to the Dominican Republic, and it was my first time out of the country, so I was like very like nervous and like didn't know anyone in my program, but like by the end of it, like I had no idea what I had signed up for in the beginning, like
Sure.
reflection, like commitment to like what we were doing and like intentional service, and like building those close relationships with not only the community partners but the people in your program was just incredible.
I'm sure that is really bonding. What about you, Amelia?
So I've been on 2 already.
Okay.
I went one on my freshman year. We went to Murphy Harpston, Cedartown, Georgia to work with this organization that kind of provided a home and just like access to a lot of resources for like abused and neglected children in the community.
Wow, that's
and
incredible.
Yeah, and then last winter I went on one to San Francisco to work with the AIDS Foundation. They're fantastic. It was a very heavy education-based program, but it was really wonderful learning about how to break down the stigma with addiction and diseases, and it was awesome. And then I'm currently leading one to Nicaragua, whereas she will be one of my participants.
Oh, great.
My co-leader is Anna Rawls. She's wonderful. And we will be headed to Grenada, Nicaragua to work with La Esperanza Grenada, which works with educational development in the community. So
Wow,
it's
that's
fantastic.
great. What made you all want to return again and again?
Goodness.
I think for me it was like how we approached the volunteering and like the community partnership, because we're not giving a handout, we're giving a hand up, and it's all about like working with the community and them telling us what they need. So then we're not coming in and like just saying, okay, here's what we got. No, like it's very a two-way like conversation, and it's very just something very different than other volunteer and service programs that you can find around the country. So yeah.
I love that App State holds this program. That is just amazing to hear about. Thank you all so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. It's incredible the opportunities students at App State have to gain this meaningful hands-on experience. If you would like to learn more about making a difference with ASE, visit their website at ase.appstate.edu. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned about the multiple opportunities here on campus, from listening to a cappella, playing Magic the Gathering, or making a difference through hands-on education. Appalachian has many activities you are sure to enjoy. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchAppTV, and check out our YouTube channel, AppTV, to see more content and features. Until next time, bye neighbor!